This chapter covers cranes in general. It also covers questions such as why a crane is called a crane, what are cranes, and what type of cranes are there. We also want to look at mobile cranes and with their motorizations and individual components. Why is a crane called a crane? The mechanical crane was probably named after the bird. The following was already stated in the dictionary in 1842. But we have an earlier reference, Archimedes, 287 BC, who was the first to calculate the lever and center of gravity, stated, "The force of the master is without limits when he works with a lever." The pulley block invented at that time has changed very little compared to those used on modern cranes. But don't worry, we are not concerned with formulas here, only understanding. Understanding that physics is the measure of all things for our safety at work. This knowledge suddenly explained everything. What is it that holds the universe together? Why does the moon not simply fly away? But this knowledge also explains why a crane can stand securely and from what point that is no longer the case. Because there is an invisible force, gravity, that pulls everything toward the center of the earth. The blessing of a lever can also be a curse. What is fun when seesawing is no longer fun when using large machines, because the rotation axis now becomes a tipping axis. In the case of a mobile crane, we do not want to use the lever principle to reduce the exertion of force. Rather, we are only interested in creating stability. Let's take a look at the crane. In this image, for example, where is the rotation axis, tilting axis? Draw a vertical line with the mouse in the correct position. Correct. At this point, that is beyond this axis. The crane would tip if the tilting momentum increases. For example, the stand momentum. To determine the weight of a tree, however, we must make another calculation, which is the calculation of a tree trunk, that is, a cylinder. The formula for calculating it is, no, that is unfortunately not the right weight. Very good. You calculated the right weight.